restart that. That got all screwed up. Whoops. Alright, well, actually let me do adjustment here real quick. Kind of goofed up. That. Go over here. Guess I should have set this up beforehand. Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna start streaming all the Star Wars games. I'm feeling the Star Wars hype. I was going to start with the first one of the Kotor games, but it didn't really work out too well. It doesn't stream very easily. Resolutions are all screwed up and looks like crap. So, yeah. Generally, I like doing a kind of expert lightsaber duelist type. A lot of charisma. A lot of health. A little bit in that. Just why not, but mainly a lot of strength. Skills. Persuasion. Always helpful. Treatment tree. I like to use droids for repair and awareness and stuff. Alright. Dual wielding. Always my first. Go with this. I forget what mods I have downloaded. I don't know if I don't think I have any ones that change it drastically, but I know that I have some that are like resolution changes. Makes it look a little bit cleaner. And this whole starting area I'm going to try to skip through as quick as possible because I've done most of this stuff 100 times over. Yeah, skip to the prologue. That's where it gets interesting. So. Yeah, but I'm going to try to go through a lot of the older Star Wars games. I started this one because this one kind of shows up the best overall on stream. The other ones are going to take some time for me to kind of figure out and tweak so they show up on stream better. I'm going to complete this one on stream, doing a couple hours a day, or whenever I can. No face cam tonight though. I'll be muting my mic for most of the time when I'm playing just to kind of let the story unfold better. But eventually I'm going to play like the Jedi Outcast and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy as well. I feel like those are going to be a lot better to like talk while playing. Oh. I need to turn my voice up a little bit here. Whoops. There you go. So when I actually do talk, you can hear me a little bit better. Let's see here. Can't remember. Okay, cool. There you go. Alright. Let's mute it for now.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead? Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the Kotor tank about you. How do you feel? Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things. I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Alright. So I've played this game quite a bit, so I know what's gonna go on. Later on.
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. The result of your
I think I'm gonna play a good guy. I think I'm gonna play a good guy this time. Around.
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down. So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now. I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave. We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed. You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions. I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
I'm just trying to find out how to turn off the tutorials, but I don't know if it's... Oh, here you go. Yeah. I've played this game enough. I know what I'm doing.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards. You hear it. It is faint, but it is there. It is the Force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget. Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
So I really like going like super armored. So I don't want anything that's gonna screw with my armor. Yeah. I like to do dialogue option force abilities. I can't. Yeah, okay, I think this is the right one I want. Yeah, right here.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read. But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful. I think about just kind of rushing through this as quick as possible, ignoring the dialogue options and stuff. Because although this has some information, it's kind of boring. This whole beginning intro area.
Although it is kind of an introduction to characters, so if someone's watching this to learn about the game, might prove useful to understand the characters.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here? You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows? Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Well, that was the story. But whatever happened there must not have lasted. There was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's Grand Crusade finally consumed her. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman. Look, no offense or anything, but your weird hat. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody? The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here. Well, go ahead and burn your thrusters. If there's been a lockdown, you're trapped pretty nicely on this level. You're going nowhere. Oh, except I have clothes. And this security field is protecting me pretty well from any more outbreaks of poison gas. Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console. Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean. That's my guess. To cut off the console specifically from remote, then sever the hub. Doesn't get any more deliberate than that. I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
So I'm pretty much just gonna mute myself immediately when dialogue comes up, because I don't want to ruin any part of that. But yeah, I really like this game. I'm kind of going over the Mandalorian hype right now, especially with this game having such deep connections to the Mandalorians and their history and stuff like that. Hopefully they kind of reinstitute this storyline into the canon, because I think out of all the things that were lost, this is probably the biggest one. Shoot that guy. Like, this game has a lot of stuff that, you know, they are kind of slowly reintroducing, you know what I mean? Like, whoops. Didn't do that. You know, like just the last episode, they're spoilers, but they reintroduced the HK series droids. It's pretty neat as a big fan of this game. Like how I can see the enemies in the background there. Right over here. I have to fight those guys eventually. Just had to check the uses on that. Because some droid items, well, and normal items when it comes to like shields and stuff like that, but mostly the droid items, they can be really powerful, but they have limited uses, so you want to save them for just the right moment. I couldn't remember whether the shock arm was limited use or not. Right there you can see uses 10 out of 10 for both of these. Like, that's a really good one. 100% stun on hit. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do here. No, I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Alright. Well, I'll head back. you'll see me kind of lingering about and loot, like after I take something out. It's because loot sometimes takes a couple seconds to drop, you know, to target and pick up. So yeah, so sometimes it can really be annoying.
Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the Navicomputer's been voice-locked. Considering this latest droid commission, if anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full...
Yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, maybe this? Oh. That's it? Hold on. I need to override it. Override it from the console, okay.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna... Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through. If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar. Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
You're either really brave or really crazy, or both.
Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself. I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
It's kind of a maneuver in this game you can do is you keep that torch with you at all times because it basically instantly unlocks everything for you through bashing. It's an instant bash unlock, so ends up working out pretty well.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful down there. Find the emergency About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. But there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them. Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids. Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those Well, these aren't construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibro blade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is. There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on. Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Everybody here? What's up, Kurta? Look, you know how big and... I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is gonna get...
to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance? Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it. Answer. Only the Paragus Administration Officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives. Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If ever the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged. Morning, Master. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation. Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code. Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good. Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics. Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them. Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. If I do, I assure you it is merely a result of memory damage I have suffered since our arrival. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us. life. The maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics. Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is maintenance control, voice print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
Just realized I still had my Facebook open in the background. Sorry about that random noise. Let's close that real quick. That's an oopsie on my part. There you go. Fixed it up real quick. Oh man, I can't remember where the console is. I'm supposed to use.
sensor should allow. I've been speaking to the finish my examination. Still, there's been to court when the dock officer reported the droid's repair. If anyone, the main is checked security. I
That was weird.
Found anything? Yeah. So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them? Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right? There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holo logs. If you... That's a...
I already know what to do, but I was just checking to see if I can get some light side points or XP for persuasion or anything like that, so.
Is this thing on? The next one. And according to the... So, you're...
Sir, I don't know. It's like...
Well, that's... You better...
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker.
Are you? So...
Yes, sir.
Idiot. So, you... So...
Yes.
Idiot. I install... I see... If any... I see... I'd rather... So... So...
Yes, sir.
Idiot.
greeting. Alarmed query. Indeed, thoughtful extrapolation. Perhaps it is. Of course. Answer. I heard is done. Recitation.
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the... Oh, my leg!
Addendum. Recitation.
5 droids.
Addendum. Addendum.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
That's about time. I lost...
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now. I'm getting pretty tired, so it's 2 a.m. here, so I'll resume this next time I'm on, and play through the whole game on stream, I guess. So, yeah. Thanks for checking out, and